All right, we're going to do this. We're going to pit these two armies against each other here. And let's just hypothetically, we'll say that the Ishida is the attacker here. They got a good attacking hand. Let's look at their cards, and we're going to actually open up with that Mori card. Let's open up with this one, and we will reveal that block and that block. And actually, let me take one or two of these out and reorganize it just a little bit. There, we'll do it like that. Okay, let's say that's the battle situation. That's the first card that we've revealed. And we're deploying these two blocks, so that's a total 1, 2, 3, 4, and then +1 because we've already deployed a block with the Mori symbol. So 3, 4, 5 Ishida impact on the very first card play. Now again, we could have opened up with a leader for free, but let's just say we didn't do that here for whatever reason. And yeah, let's just say we did that for whatever reason. We just opened up that way. May not be the best way to open up, but that's what we did. All right, now the opponent here has got a choice. He could open up here with, you see, he's got a pretty good leader. This doesn't work good with the cards on the map because they obscure the blocks. Actually, I think I've got one leader in here that would be safe to deploy early. This guy. Let's go ahead and deploy that block there. And we'll do that one for free, and that gives one Ishida or one Tokugawa impact, but they're still behind, so they can still keep playing cards and stuff. Now, once I deployed a leader, I can't get any more freebies out of it. Next, let's go ahead and play that flowery card, and let's bring in our shock troops. Now, again, any card can be used to reveal that one. Any Mon symbol, I should say, can be used to deploy that shock troop block. So I'm going to use this one here because I don't have any other blocks that card's useful for. So we go ahead and reveal that, and that's going to give you 1, 2, 3, 4 more impact. 2, 4. Now we're still not winning the battle, so we can play again. And looking at our cards and our blocks here, we could have deployed that flowery one, but that's kind of a weak play. So let's actually do this. We'll deploy this one here and send this guy into battle with 3 more. And then we get a bonus because we've already deployed a leader that has that symbol, so we're up to 9. So now the score is 9 to 5 for the Tokugawa. So they're in the lead, and now Ishida can play a card to deploy some of his blocks. So which one does he want to deploy? Here's where the game can get really fun. Let's go ahead and deploy this block here. And so that's going to give us 1, because that's the first of that symbol type. And then, now we got to be careful. We've deployed that block. We want to be careful. If we play another one with that symbol and he uses loyalty challenge against us, we can't, we won't be able to confirm the loyalty of that block. So we want to be careful with any more blocks on that faction. Let's just hold off a moment. Let's instead do this, and I'll show you how cool this attack is. We're going to take this block here. Oh wait, I think I might have done this wrong. Alright, I didn't set it up quite right. Let me get one of these Mori blocks out of the hat here. Hang on a second here. There we go. Okay, what I'm doing here is I'm going to play that Mori card, and let's say I had this other Mori cavalry in the same stack. Let's say I play that card in there. Here's what this is going to do. Notice that the card I just played has that samurai sword on it. This is what that sword does. First of all, we add up the Mons. Okay, 1 Mon for the block, 1 Mon for each additional block already deployed that matches. Okay, so that's 2 more. Okay, now here's what the samurai sword does. And this is also detailed, on your charts. It'll explain some of this on the charts. But I get a bonus of +2 per block deployed on the same side with matching special attack. So I just deployed a block that has cavalry. So that gives me +2 for him, +2 for the other cavalry I deployed, +2 for this cavalry deployed. So that's 2, 4, 6 more impact. 2, 4, 6. So that's a huge, huge blow. Now at this point, my opponent might say, I don't think so, and maybe wants to throw a loyalty challenge out there, at which point I can show him the Mori card and say I'm safe. So the loyalty challenge fails. Now my opponent has to come up with something out of his hat. So what to do here? He's going to try something similar. Use the flowery guy here and go ahead and deploy the arquebus. And that's going to give him 1 for the block and then 1 more for each additional. So 1, 2, 3. And then for hopefully the coup de grace, he's going to play this one. And now he probably thinks I don't have a loyalty challenge because obviously he didn't play one there. Probably doesn't have a loyalty challenge, but now let's use this for the coup de grace. And if he does spring loyalty challenge, we're holding 1 more ace in the hole here to block that. So he plays this one, and we'll throw out this arquebus. And now that's going to be just the 1 mon for that particular unit, but then he gets 2, 4 for the 2 arquebuses. Now again, it's just for the arquebuses. Now if I had cavalry up there, that wouldn't help. Okay, you match up the special attack symbols, so he gets 2, 4 more. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. And at this point, the Ishida player is running out of options. He would have to play this and deploy. You'd probably want to deploy a special attack guy here. That gives him 3 more and puts him just barely in the lead. Now, you have nothing left to lose, so he would probably want to play loyalty challenge here again. I mean, what's the chances? As Ishida, you're thinking you're confident because your opponent already tried to spring loyalty challenge on you and you refuted it. Now he hits you again with it. So what's going to happen here? I can't play a card matching him. Oh no, this guy's going to switch sides. So now I lose that 1, 2, 3 impact. Actually, it would have been 4 impact because there's already a block there. So he loses all the impact, and instead the other guy gets 1, 2, 3. So at this point, that is the coup de grace, and the battle is going to be won by Tokugawa. Now Tokugawa can also play 1 more card if he wants. He can play his last card and throw this guy into the mix. Why would you want to do that when the battle's already won? So you can get 1, 2, 3 more, plus a bonus of 1. That'll put you up to 24 impact, and that will mean that Ishida will lose 1 for losing the battle, and they'll lose 3 more for the multiples of 7 impacts scored against them. So they're going to lose 3, 4 blocks. All 4 blocks they deployed to the battle are lost. The Tokugawa player will lose 1 block for each 7 scored against him. So he's going to have to take one of these blocks here and kill off for each of the 7 impact that Ishida scored against him. So that's going to be 7, 14, 15. He's going to lose 2 blocks. And I'd have to check with the designer, but I believe you can actually use... I believe this guy here switches to the other side before the casualties are adjusted. So you have to actually take one of your own blocks for the casualty. I don't believe that Tokugawa can actually eliminate the turncoat block to satisfy his own casualty. So in this case, she's going to lose like 4 blocks. So let's just say we kill off these 4 blocks, and then 2 of these blocks here for Tokugawa are going to die, and that's your casualties for the battle. And then all the surviving blocks on the losing side then have to retreat. Yes, if you introduce a horse block without a samurai, not getting the horse impact, you can get the +2 bonus if you subsequently play the samurai sword, despite not having played it initially. Absolutely correct. So you're going to see the samurais played usually later in the battle. It's very, very cool. This is a very, very cool card game. The card play in this game it's unique. I don't know any other game that's quite like it. There's so much bluff and back and forth, and the mechanics are really quite simple. It's really not a complex game, but it's very deep in terms of how you play your cards back and forth. But what you have there, that's basically the nuts and bolts of the game. That's pretty much it. I'm going to go ahead and stop the demo at this point and field any questions that you folks have. But that is basically the game Tokugawa, Sekigahara, between the Ishida and Tokugawa factions. 7 weeks in Japan decided the unification of the country. And yes, it's just the one scenario. So it's just the one campaign. It's kind of like Washington's War in that regard. It's just the one way to play the game. But I can't see how it could play the same way twice because, again, with the setup, you have a pretty good mix of units that are always going to be in the same place, but there's a lot of ones that are random. So the situation is going to be different every game based on how the setup goes.
Hey, Joe, speaking of Washington's War, on movement with this game, does it work like Washington?